Hello everyone, my name is Isaac and I'm the Mothologist, and a package just arrived and there's some pretty cool stuff in it, I'm pretty sure. Just gonna try to rip the rest of this open. Here's a little sneak peek. So here there's a little cheese bottle, I guess. What does it say? Oka, yeah, semi-soft surface ripped cheese, but there should actually be 2 moth specimens in there. So I'm just gonna cut open the tape. Knife isn't working, so I'm gonna use some scissors. The moment of truth. Okay. Ooh my. So let's see if I can just put those here. Oh, would you look at that? Oh, bonus. I love this. All right, so basically what I got on the website was 1 specimen of Hyalophora Cecropia and 1 specimen of Promethea. But it appears that they've actually given me a male of Promethea, which is amazing for the price it was. So this one was $10. They were all $10. I ended up paying about $30 with the shipping. So I got one for free. So I'm giving a very positive review for this. That is amazing. I'm just gonna take this one out with some forceps. All right. So here are the 3 specimens, and I'm gonna take them out of their box here, their little encasing, I guess. And I'm gonna hydrate them and pin them. So let's see what they look like before I pin them. Just to be careful and not remove any scales, I'm gonna use some forceps. Alright, so what you just saw was me attempting to make a nice, beautiful cinematic shot, but I'm shaking right now, so I'll have to do that later. But you can see these are very beautiful specimens. Sadly, though, when I did take the female Promethea out, an antenna fell out, but nothing some glue and string or can't fix. It's actually pretty easy. But look at the beautiful color on her. Like the dark red, brown, then dark, and then of course Cecropia moths. I did have one, but it was severely deformed and inbred, so sadly did not come out the way I would have wanted it to. But yeah, this is a 5-star review. 5-star review, guys. Look, beautiful specimens, barely damaged for the male, very well secured with, cotton padding, and there's bubble wrap inside of the actual box. And they have actually written they've written where they come from. They basically made the tag for my scientific collection for me, which is awesome. Anyway, I'm gonna go put those in the refrigerator with some water. I already showed you guys how to hydrate in another video, but I'm still just gonna show you in case you're new to my channel. So the way to make a rehydrating chamber is actually really easy. All you need is a Tupperware container that's airtight, a spray bottle, some paper towels, your specimens, and some forceps. That's optional, but I use them just to be extra careful. Alright, so I'm trying to do this with one hand while I'm holding the other, so I'm just gonna fold this in half, then fold it again, and stuff it inside the container like so. And then you want to spray this until it's pretty damp, because you do want to rehydrate them. So I could give this another round of spraying, actually. Be careful to clean any mess you make around, especially for this elephant table. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put the specimens inside. For this, I'll be extra careful, so I don't want to film it, but I'll skip over to when I actually have them on. Okay, so I put the specimens inside. Some people try to not put them directly on the wet material because sometimes it takes away scales, but honestly, I'm not really here to show off the underside, and it doesn't really affect the overall elegance and beauty of these moths. So I'm just gonna leave it here and seal it, and I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator, and that's important because if you don't, mold will actually start growing all over these dead specimens, right? Some people like to use pine sol. I don't really see why it works. I mean, I've tried before. I mean, it still molds if it's left in the sun. So you can, if you don't have access to a refrigerator, you can also put it in a shady spot or I don't know, underground. But I'm gonna have it and run over and put this. I'm gonna leave this there for 24 to 48 hours. Right, that's 24 to 48 hours, just to let them really soak in all the moisture. All right, see you tomorrow. At the end, they should be able to move their wings almost exactly how they would be able when they were still alive. Alright, so it's been about 24 hours. So I'm going to open the hydrating chamber and see how they're doing. So behind the scenes, I actually went ahead and put another damp over them. So I kind of sandwiched them in moisture. Alright, so here are the specimens. Alright, let me just test to see if they're moisturized. Alright, so I'm going to take my forceps and take out a specimen. So this is the male of Cecropia. Alright, and now and look at this very carefully. Gonna put this in between the wings. You know, spread out the wings. All right. So actually, no. I'm gonna grab this wing. I'm gonna see if it folds this way. So it should look something like this. So grab the wing. All right. So as you can see, it's pretty hydrated. The antennae move as well. The legs move. So you can grab a leg. All right. It's all hydrated. That's good. So I'm going to move him over here. I'm going to take my Cecropia moth. Alright, so something quite unfortunate happened with my Cecropia moth. I'm terribly impatient. That's one of my defaults. I am incredibly impatient with everything, and I actually went ahead and went to see if he was flexible a bit too early. I really wanted to see the inside of the wings, but look what actually happened. Alright, you're going to see. I'm going to open. A bit too flexible, but you can see it's only half of the wing muscle. It actually ripped off. So I've got here some crazy glue, just in case I need to use it for this moth. And look, it stays stuck, and I can push it back and listen. I don't know if you can hear that, but it actually clicks. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and test this Cecropia. So I'll move you just out of frame. Okay. There you go. So let's see with the Cecropia. looks pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead rather. I'm gonna go ahead and pin them on this board. Now, this is a pretty big board. It's got pretty big wings, and it's just pretty narrow, so it should work very well for all of these. Alright, the male of Colocynia Promethea is all done. Right now I'm going to do the female, and then the Cecropia moth. So let's see how the female goes. Something quite unfortunate has happened. Sadly, my Promethea female was maybe not hydrated enough, because when I tried to pin the wing, I struggled a bit, and let me get a better view. The wing completely broke. And it is now impossible to pin. So I'm afraid that this is a ruined specimen, but I'll try to persevere and I'll see what I can do. Alright, so it just won't work, but my worries are that since the Cecropia moth that I've kept hydrating, is bigger, I'm afraid that it might have the same fate, though his wings might be stronger. You can see exactly where it ruptured. So yeah, this is a scrap specimen. I cannot put this in the collection, but there will be more Promethea moths. So I will put her here. Alright. I'm going to leave this for a bit longer, and then I'm going to come back to the Cecropia moth so I can pin. Hope, my friend, hope is the key to everything. After almost half an hour of trying to figure out how to pin this, I have a result. A somewhat damaged specimen, but that can still be used in my collection. Oh damn, look at that big rip. I didn't even realize that. But you know what? I think it's pretty good for what I started with. Of course, I pinned inside the wings. These will leave little holes, but overall, she's still beautiful and worthy. So, my Cecropia moth is still in the refrigerator, rehydrating, and I will leave it there for another couple hours because I cannot let my Cecropia moth live through the same as my Promethea moth here. It's simply too precious. So let's just skip over to when it's been a couple hours and the Cecropia moth is rehydrated. Alright, so sadly, the wings of the Cecropia moth did tear off, but that's my fault. If you hydrate for 24 to 48 hours, it should be fine, just like the male Promethea here. She looks good, and what I'm going to do is, I do have some crazy glue, so basically what I'm going to do, waking up, anyway, I'm just going to attach these back on. This part didn't rip off, so I'm just going to pin it down, or I could just take it off and glue it to this one and then put it back. Anyway, meet you back when that happens. So these two are done drawing. So you can see here, with a bit of perseverance, hope, and patience, I was able to get quite a beautiful result. Well, I say beautiful, considering the state it was in. I mean, it's not bad. It's very broken and scarred. If it was easy to get Promethea moths around my area, I wouldn't put this in the collection at all because of the state it's in, but you know what, it's not that bad. The male came out pretty good. He's got some scraping on the wings, probably from flying around. He does have a fingerprint there. That's probably me, or the seller, or some person. Anyway, and the Cecropia moth is still drying over here. And you can see the yellow around it, that's fat deposits. So I'm going to have to put the abdomen in ethyl acetate for its natural color. I've actually got this wing here, like, stapled together. It had broken in half, but I managed to get it back together and it looks almost normal. Alright, so let's see when the Cecropia moth is done. Alright, so the Cecropia moth is done drying. As you can see, I took off the abdomen here, and you can see on the board all the yellow stuff, it's all fat. It's all fat and grease leaking out of the abdomen. So I got the abdomen here, I'm going to go ahead and put in ethyl acetate. And while it's, you know, defattening in ethyl acetate, I'm actually going to glue the wings onto the other side. So stay tuned for that. Alright, so I said ethyl acetate. I actually meant acetone. So yeah, this is like a car cleaner or something. So I've got here a jar. I'm just going to open it real quick. Oh, it's tight. There we go. And I'm going to pour this in. Just enough so that this fatty thing, abdomen, is fully submerged. So I suggest doing this in an aerated room where there's lots of air passing through because it's very toxic. You can see here the warning signs. So it smells really bad and it can give you headaches, it can give you all sorts of respiratory problems. So do it outside or do it with a room with lots of windows, with a door. So yeah, just be careful. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do it in this spare room here. So that won't work. Alright, so I'm just going to pour this in. Alright, so I'm going to take the forceps, grab the abdomen, and it goes. And then very quickly close the lid. Alright, so I'm just going to... Alright, so it's in there, and I'm going to leave it for about 24 hours, check in every once in a while. And you don't want to move it too much because the scales might fall off. You can see it's already turning yellow, and that's a good thing. So it's going to turn yellow, and this is going to be brought back to its original beauty of red and white colors. And I'm going to be able to put it back. So let's skip over then. So this is fun. The wings are actually not that bad. They look pretty symmetrical. Once I put the abdomen back, it should look pretty normal. So in the end, with all the things that went wrong, I have two beautiful specimens and one, well, I'd say mediocre. It looks better in person. The camera makes it look much worse. In person, you don't see all those like ripples and details. But yeah, this was a pretty fun experience. And I'm going to put back the abdomen. Alrighty, so it's been about a couple hours, and you can see that it's all yellow. So I'm gonna pull the abdomen out, and we'll see if it's done sucking out all the grease. If it's not done, well, it's not a big problem. I'll just put it back in and leave it for another couple hours. Alright, so now all I need to do is just leave it to dry. And acetone actually dries pretty quickly, so I'll leave it there for maybe 30 minutes, an hour, and I'll check on it. Alright, so the wing had one imperfection, so I just added this cardboard thing here, and I put back the abdomen, so let's see what it looks like. So obviously there are still some imperfections, but overall it looks good. So I'm going to put it into the collection. Alright, so there you go. I've got pretty much every moth that I ever wanted. I've got some space over here for some more smaller specimens. So yeah, this is my new moth collection with the Cecropia moth and the two Promethea moths. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe for more videos. I'm already at 200 subscribers, so thank you a lot. And anyway, yeah. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. A little bonus clip here. I'm kind of stupid, if you didn't know already. So, little dumb me didn't think about acetone rather, going on the board. So basically, I put the abdomen here a while ago, and I only noticed now, but it melted a giant hole inside of this. It's really hard, and the pins, well, it's not completely ruined. It's just melted.